hot, bold, sweet, smooth, and always flavorful. Welcome to my morning coffee. 3 generations of successful women, brewed with black girl magic, and French press with class, sass, and style. Gia, Tonya, and Sarita are my morning coffee.
Yeah, let's see how Ray acts in. I think we're about to be live. Oh my God, I think we're working. All right, we are live on Facebook. And I want to welcome you guys to a special edition of My Morning Coffee After Dark. We have some amazing ladies here from an awesome Bravo show. I'm going to let them tell you all about it. So let's get started with Miss Crystal. Let us know. Let's see, what's in your cup, where you are, where you from, and how you feeling today?
All right, so rosé is in my glass, and I'm from the Bay Area, but I live in Atlanta, Georgia, and I'm feeling good today. It's a full moon for like 3 days, so I'm feeling great.
I love that. Full moon. So how do you feel when it's a full moon? Does that change something in you?
I feel like it makes me feel more vibrant. I like to charge my crystals in a full moon as well to give me more energy. So I'm feeling like I'm bouncing off the walls right now.
Okay, so
Crystal likes to charge her crystals.
Yeah, and I'm just now learning about the whole crystals and energy thing. Like, give me a little bit about that, because I might need to get me some crystals.
Yes. Okay, so I like to meditate every day, right? Every night. And it's part of my manifestation exercises. So I visualize what I want for the week, the day, the year. And I use the crystals to align my energy with what I'm trying to manifest. So if it's, let's say, if I'm feeling a little down, I use the love stone, which is rose quartz, to feel more loved. If I need, let's say to pay a crazy situation or whatever, something monetary wise, I use my pyrite. And if I want to just manifest everything, then I use my clear quartz. So that manifests everything.
Pyrite?
Yeah, pyrite.
What about that one?
Pyrite is amazing. So pyrite, that attracts money magnet stone. That's what I like to call it. And you use that so you have an abundance, an overflow. You receive checks in the mail all of a sudden. You receive checks, you receive deposits all of a sudden. It's just, that's what it does.
I'm sorry, where do I buy this at?
You can buy it at shopcrystalsbycrystal.com.
I'm on it. Okay, I love that. All right, Miss Karen, what's in your cup and what have you been up to? What's going on with you?
Okay, so Prosecco is in my cup. And what I've been up to is remote learning with my 4-year-old and working part-time in the office 2 days a week. So that's why I chose Prosecco, because although it's not crazy, sometimes it's just good to mellow out, just to keep my sanity.
Is that your first glass of Prosecco or?
It is my first glass, only because I knew we were going live and I didn't want my eyes to look sleepy, but it would have been maybe my 3rd or 4th by this time.
By the end of the night, we might have a different Karen.
Exactly.
So how have you been holding up with COVID and the homeschooling situation? Because I find myself needing some Prosecco at about 10 a.m.
Like I said, my son is 4, so I don't think it's as bad as it could be. I mean, it's ABCs, 1, 2, 3, it's 9:30 to 12:30. It isn't horrible. As far as COVID, I can't say anything other than prayer. That's how I hold up with COVID, prayer. And being positive and knowing that I don't care what it is, it could always be worse. So, I mean, I can't think of anything else. And I don't think anyone really can hold up with COVID without prayer. I just don't. I don't know what else to say at this point. It's every day is something new. So we have to give it to the individual that can see beyond what we see.
I love it. Miss Gia, what's in your cup this evening?
I have water in my cup, only because it's hotter than giraffe's ass out here in LA. And, sister, it's hot. And of course, I'm at that age where, the change is coming or has come or however you want to say it. And sometimes, so, I'm hot. So, and today, it seemed like today was like, the hottest day ever. So I'm drinking water to try to stay cool. And stay awake because I'm tired. It's hot, when it's hot, you get sleepy, right? And that's kind of like where I'm at. So that's that's in my cup, just water, straight water. I wish I had some Prosecco, yeah. That would be nice. But if I had Prosecco, you see my eyes, right? They kind of low already. Ooh, if I had some Prosecco, I'd be like this talking to y'all. Yeah, that's right, girl.
Did you work today?
Yes, I did. I worked today. It was lovely, a day in the life.
Stop lying. It was not lovely.
So day in the life, behind the wall, it's it's interesting, but I'm kind of, I'm in kind of mellow kickback mode because I know I only have about, 15 months, and every day I go to work and I keep changing it. I say 14 months and then I say 13 months and then, so.
You could always just let me make the decision and you'll be retired, I don't know, next month.
Yeah, so, we'll see. But so I'm kind of like not sweating anything. I'm just like, yeah, okay, I had a meeting today with my captain. We were talking about something. And I'm like, okay, yeah, we'll do it. Yeah, we'll do it. And, it's kind of like, yeah, okay. So
real chill.
Yeah, real chill. I'm not sweating and stuff. What do you need? Okay, I'll get to it. I'll get it done, That's kind of like where I'm at right now.
I love it. Speaking of work, ladies, let's talk about the show, shall we?
Yes, let's get into the show.
Tell
the viewers about the show. Let them know, because I think a lot of people don't maybe not know that there's something going on Bravo, in the sea.
And I want to know how you ladies got involved with that show.
Okay, so how we got involved?
Business.
Say it again, Tonya.
So I want to know how you guys got involved in that show, and then I want to get all in your business about what else you've been up to.
Perfect. Let's do it. So it started back in 2018. Every year, my husband and I, we do vision board parties with friends and family. I host it with different organizations as well. And I put a yacht on my vision board, and so did my husband. And we didn't know that until we looked at each other's vision boards at the end, and we both saw yachts on there. Wow. So I said, boom, it's going to happen. Let's manifest this. In 2019, we got a email from a casting director for Below Deck Mediterranean. And they asked us if we wanted to go on the show with 6 other people. And we said, let's do it. So we were actually on vacation, Karen and I, another couple, and my husband asked them, like, hey guys, you want to go on Below Deck Mediterranean? And they're like, yeah, let's do it. So we packed our bags last year, and we got the notification July to leave in September. So we packed our bags and we went on this amazing journey, and that's how we got on the show.
Okay, so were you guys familiar with the show before you manifested that you were going to be on a yacht, or was this something randomly that happened?
We're familiar with it.
Okay.
I do watch Bravo, the different programs they have on there, but I never had the inkling that we would be on that show. And when I put a yacht on my vision board, I didn't envision us being on the show on the yacht. I just wanted to vacation on a yacht with my friends and family. So that was it.
Wow. So listen, Karen and Miss Crystal, as many reality shows as we've watched, usually when it comes to marriage or relationships, they don't end well on reality shows. Was that not a concern of yours? And if not, why?
that Karen or Crystal?
Yeah, for you, Karen. She asked you that
Okay,
question. Yeah.
it definitely wasn't a concern of ours because I tell Crystal and the other young lady that was with us on the vacation when we decided that there's something about us, that it's a certain similarity, and it's that positivity streak. And once you put your mind to, once you know who you are and what you will or will not do, then I don't think that there's a reason to have fear. And we made our minds up that, okay, it doesn't matter which direction we're asked to go in. If we were asked to go in, that we were going to remain positive. That was the image that we were going to portray, because that's who we are. That's how we live. And we weren't going to allow anyone to take us out of that lane. So no, it wasn't a fear at all as far as, you know, the drama, for lack of a better term, that normally happens on reality shows.
So how long was this journey? Like, were you guys on the yacht? Like, was it a month, 2 months, 3 months, 3
4
weeks?
days.
Oh, it was 4
4
days.
days.
Okay. Wow.
That's it?
Yeah. So each episode is about, I would say each episode and a half, 2 episodes, it's a new guest that comes on the charter. So we were the 5th charter, and we have the longest charter. So that was 4 days. We were probably in Spain for about a week, but the filming took place over 4 days.
It seemed like forever.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So do you guys know each other from before this, right? You guys know each other. So what is that friendship like? Where did you guys meet?
So strangely enough, Crystal's husband, my husband, and myself, we attended grammar school together. So we've known each other since 1st grade. My husband and Crystal's husband remained in touch and were best friends from that point through high school, through college. And when we, you know, got together, and when Crystal and Sean got married and we got together and started to hang out together, we realized how much we were how much we were alike. And it's just been that click since then.
Wow. So you've been knowing your husband since 1st grade, girl?
We knew each other since 1st grade, but believe it or not, never spoke.
Oh, never spoke. Okay.
We had, I mean, by and by, I knew he was in my class. We were in class from 1st grade to 8th grade. And it wasn't until our Catholic school 20th year anniversary reunion, that we reunited. And honestly, Facebook is what reunited us.
So all in school, you was like, oh yeah, hey. You was just like, hey.
I
Yeah, like whatever. Okay.
So we had no idea it would end up this way. None.
So listen, COVID has caused a lot of people to reevaluate their lives, right? People are deciding they don't like their kids because they got to spend time with them. They don't like their spouses. Some of them are falling back in love. Like, what has this moment in time done for your marriage? Like, what kind of challenges have you gone through? What have you realized? Like, give me a little bit of that, Miss Crystal.
Yeah, COVID has really taught me to be more creative. Because I'm also in sales, right? I'm also a saleswoman. So not being able to see my clients as often and have that one-to-one type of engagement that I used to, it's really taught me to do other things to still have that type of engagement. With my husband, same thing. You know, we would have date night. Now got to be date mornings, you know? So being creative with that. And then also, I have a 4-year-old as well. We have a 4-year-old, and just trying to navigate education for her, and, you know, saying that, hey, what things can I use that will help me out, right? So not thinking that I can do it all by myself and I don't need any help, but like reaching out, connecting with other moms, seeing what they're doing, going on the different blogs to see, you know, what's working for them. And then just, you know, just chilling out, not being overwhelmed. So I feel like during this time, it's very easy to be overwhelmed. And I've had my moments, but it doesn't help anything. It only makes me more overwhelmed and anxious. So just taking a step back and just, you know, what Karen said earlier, praying to God, like, please show me the sign, give me an answer. And it's worked. It really has. So just taking my time and being more creative when challenges come up.
And Miss Karen, you?
Okay, so I'll start with what it has taught me, and I have to piggyback on what Crystal said about being creative, recreating yourself. Stop talking about it and start doing it. I'm a firm believer that everything in life happens for a reason, and that there isn't anything that can happen that God doesn't allow. So if He brought us to it, He's gonna bring us through it. So I mean, basically, what I've learned, again, what Crystal said is to take things one day at a time and to understand that, okay, we can get through this. As far as your marriage is concerned, it taught me that I really do love this individual. I am really, really in love with this individual, because despite being home and the challenges, there are still moments where I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm really in love. I can do this. We can do this together. It's not gonna destroy us. So, I mean, something this challenging, being in the home as often as we are, and we can get through this, there isn't anything we can't get through. So it was just a confirmation for me that, you know, this is just something that's passing. This too will pass.
I don't get to ask this often. I'm going to surprise her. And Miss Gia, what about you? We haven't talked about you and Jeffrey and marriage and COVID.
Well, you know, COVID, for me, COVID hasn't changed anything for me because I'm an essential worker, so I'm still leaving the home every day going to work. So it's not like I'm forced to be in, you know, with my husband 24/7. I get to go, I leave and go to work and come back. So in that aspect, when I say COVID hasn't changed much for me, that's what I mean, because I still go to work. I leave the house. As far as it's taught me, I'm like Crystal too, to be more creative, because I'm not going out, you know, like we're not going out doing things we usually would do, like go to concerts and just go out to dinner and just be out in public. So you kind of force when you come home to find something to do. I'm not a big TV watcher, so I don't watch a lot of TV. So I find myself, you know, in my creative space, creating things and things that I've had in my head that I said I was going to do or thinking about doing as far as designing different things. I'm finding myself doing that more. But it's also taught me to be, grateful, not that I wasn't grateful before, but just the fact that how COVID has affected so many people's lives around me. And it just made me kind of pause and just be thankful and blessed that, you know, that I'm still able to go to work and have an income coming in. And I'm not at the point right now, like some people are worrying about, is their job going to be there next month or 2 months from now, and things like that. So it's just caused me to slow down. But I think I'm a grateful person, you know, a kind and giving person. So I'm continuing to give. And like a lot of my friends who are entrepreneurs, when the COVID first happened, you know, I tried to, you know, do my part as far as like supporting them in their business. If they were selling something or doing something, you know, even if I didn't need it, I still was trying to, you know, help them. Because I just think I wouldn't want to be in that situation. So if I'm able to still help, I try to help. So as far as that, you know, Jeff and I, you know, hasn't done anything too much different. You know, sometimes, you know, he do get on my nerves. But I'm sure I get on his nerves too. So it's a mutual thing and stuff. But no, you know, it's just we miss, because, you know, we go out a lot of food places. He's a foodie. So I'm missing a lot of the restaurants that we would go to and things like that. And we miss, of course, we've had like 4, I think, concerts canceled. So the music aspect of our life, we're kind of, you know, missing out on that. But, you know, we're trying to, you know, make the most of it. And, you know, so that's all you can do, is just like she said, pray, you know, stay in prayer. And but it has me when I am out, I'm driving around a lot and I'm seeing, you know, things that this society, and it's like, oh my God, you know, it's just so much out there. There's so many people, you know, you get to you really get to see the homeless and things like that, stuff that you kind of probably blew by because you were, you know, on the move doing your thing. Now you're slowing down and you're like, wow, everywhere you go and in different cities and stuff, it's like, you know, there's homeless encampments and stuff. And you're like, oh my, you know, and then you ask yourself, is this from COVID or was this always there? And we just wasn't looking because we were moving so fast.
I definitely appreciate that. So we don't get this opportunity too often, but do you mind if we just have a sister girl conversation and kind of talk about what it's like right now, especially for you ladies, what it's like in Atlanta, what society, what it feels like in New York right now, being a woman of color and in the industry that you're in, sales, and what do you do, Miss Karen?
I'm a realtor.
Yes. Oh God, real estate right now. So kind of talk to me
Mhm.
about how you feeling about that, about your career and this moment that we're in.
Yeah, so I'm in advertising, and I really love Atlanta. Like, even saying that, it makes me want to just cry of like happy tears, right? Because I really feel like the soil here is just something like I've never experienced before. There are so many just creative, artistic, amazing people here of all backgrounds. But this is, our mayor Keisha said it best. This is Wakanda for real. Like, I'm living in Wakanda. And when Karen comes down, we have a great time before COVID. I miss you. But, right now I'm in like a bubble, I feel like, in Atlanta, because it doesn't reflect everywhere else. And it makes me sad to see what's happening to our country. I come from a biracial background, and I look at pictures of my grandparents. And I'm like, I wish everyone can be like this, So it bothers me.
Crystal, are you in Atlanta, what they call Atlanta proper? Or are you in a suburb in Atlanta?
I'm in the suburbs, so I'm about 15 minutes from Atlanta.
Okay, what, because my sister lives in Atlanta, so I always try to, not that I know Atlanta, but because Atlanta is one of the places that we're thinking about maybe relocating to bi-coastally or something. So, whenever I talk to somebody from Atlanta, I try to, I always try to ask like what county or whatever it is, so I can ask my sister, like, where is this at in relations to you, and things like that. She lives in Jonesboro. Okay.
Okay. So Jonesboro, that's more south, right?
Okay.
And I'm more east.
East. Okay. Okay.
So it's called DeKalb County. That's where I live.
Okay. I hear her talk about DeKalb County. Okay. Okay.
When you said you feel kind of sad, the sadness part of it, like talk to me a little bit more about that. Like what is really pulling at you right now?
Yeah, I just, the ugliness of people and how they're treating, people of color, how we're being gunned down the street, our Black men and women. And so that's what makes me sad. Um, and people are like, oh, it wasn't like this before. No, it's just, it's captured now on smartphones and people are pulling it out and capturing it. I think it got even uglier with, the current situation of politics. And it's unfortunate. So, I'm really looking forward to this election. Please, so your viewers go out and vote. This is like life or death for real. This is really life or death. And, I've been voting since I was 18. I know how important it is, women of color, a woman, what we went through to even vote. So this is a privilege. And please do so, please, because you're impacting so many lives, your own life. And even if you don't care, look at people around you. You're impacting so many lives. Being from Bay Area and what's happening to immigrants that are coming here and need to raise a family here, that broke my heart to the point where I couldn't even watch the news because I, grew up in a very multicultural type of neighborhood. And so to see that happen to my Mexican brothers and sisters, I was like, you've got to be joking. It's just inhumane and I'm tired of it.
And you, Miss Karen?
As far as work, COVID has actually, oh my goodness, it has turned things around. I've seen things that I've never seen before. For instance, at open houses, we're literally standing on lines to get into an open house. The lines are down the block because individuals that live in the city, they want to be in Long Island. And most of my buyers, they're searching in Long Island. I've never, and then when the asking price, like what they're asking for the homes, only way you're getting this home is if you're asking above asking. Normally it's okay, so that's negotiable. We're going to negotiate down. That's unheard of. There is no negotiating down. So as far as work goes, it's definitely been, it's new to me. It's very new. Like I said, I've never seen anything like it before. As far as what's going on in New York, it's very sad to me. As Crystal and I said, we both have 4-year-olds, and it's quite hard for them to understand, especially when they're used to traveling. We travel with them often, we go out often, we do things, and it's devastating, for lack of a better term, honestly. When I enrolled our son in remote learning, at the time, they said that it's going to be a class of 15, 10 individuals, 10 students would be in class. Their parents decided to have them go to school, and 5 would be remote. 2 days before the first day of school, I was informed that my child would be the only child that would be going to school remotely. I was devastated. I was traumatized. I felt so bad. I was heartbroken. I mean, I cried the first day of school as I watched my child be the only one, participating remotely, because I'm like, wow, am I doing the right thing? But then, so, I am doing the right thing. I just have to be strong. So it's very sad for me. I'm getting emotional, so stop. It's really sad. Just before just before our Zoom, I had to text Crystal because our 4-year-old was in my laptop, and we have videos. We travel every year with the entire family, with our mothers, and we made a video because he has a manager, and she had asked us for a video of all of us for, I think it was a commercial that she had wanted us to submit for. So we put together this video of our vacations, and then on Christmas Day, we all dress up in the same pajamas. So it was a combination of all of that. And literally just before we got on my laptop, and I hear the song playing in the background that we did to the video. And I heard him sniffling, and I'm like, what's wrong? And he was like, I just feel so sad. And I'm like, why do you feel sad? And he's like, I want those days to come back. I don't know if those days are gonna come back again. So I had to wipe my eyes so I don't run my makeup just before we got on this Zoom. So that's what's happening for me in New York. I'm just really saddened at, what the children have to experience and just not being able to live normally.
I want to take it back to what you were talking about, the election, and please everyone go out and vote. I found myself feeling kind of like, if this doesn't go well, I would be disappointed, but I think I'd be more disappointed in humanity, right? In our citizens that allowed it to not go right. And not so much for us, me, you, Gia, Karen, Miss Crystal, but for our kids. You have a 4-year-old. Like, what does next look like if this does not turn around? Speak to me a little bit about being a mother in this moment. Like, what does that feel like? Because sometimes I feel like, am I tripping? Because I feel like they are willing to let our youth grow up in chaos because they don't recognize that this is not okay. So speak to me kind of as a mother in this moment, because I feel like I'm about to lose all of my mind. Crystal?
Yeah, I'm happy that my daughter is 4 because she doesn't see the outside world as an older child would. So I don't have to explain a lot to her right now. But if another 4 years happen, she'll be 8 and she'll be asking questions. So honestly, Tonya, I am taking it day by day, literally, because if I think about all the things in the future that have not happened yet that I have to plan for, I'm gonna drive myself crazy. I'm gonna be drinking this every second of the day. So I'm just taking it day by day, praying to God. And, I'm grateful that I'm grateful that she's 4. And right now, all she's hearing about is being a princess. And she says she's a Caribbean princess. So that's, yes, baby, you keep on being a Caribbean princess, and how much she loves her skin. And I'm like, yes, that's right. That's what I can focus on right now, and just creating a safe space for her at home while we're home. And she's not interacting with the outside world.
So we're shielding their innocence. Miss Karen?
Correct.
Right. Yes, I agree. I agree. I definitely agree with that. And like I said, it could be worse. If I had a school age child, I don't know, ninth, maybe junior high school, I don't know what I would do. So it truly could be worse. Like this is easy stuff. And I'm just praying that it passes. That's the only thing that we can do is pray that it passes.
Tonya, what are you doing? Because you have school age kids and you have a teenager. So what's it like for you? Are you spending a lot of time explaining things to them, or are they just as smart as you and they just know it already?
So, my college kid, Miss Karen, I have a college junior in New York at Sarah Lawrence, and he thinks he knows everything. So he has conspiracy theories, and he's telling me about the Illuminati and everything right now. So, he got his crystals. He has his crystals and all his energy. So he's educating me on, I don't need to be watching that because he already knows what's going to happen. Okay, so that's him. But then, we do have the school age kids, and I'm trying to, my daughter, I think I look at her often and I feel I'm almost jealous, right? So they're at that age. I have two 10-year-olds, twins. The girls all just hang out and they just love on each other, and their color doesn't matter, and what their parents do don't matter, and their politics don't matter, and they don't talk about that shit, and they just giggle and nothing bothers them, like nothing. So I'm jealous. Like, I want to be you when I grow up. She's 10. The boy, he knows everything. So he comes in and he says things like, well, I think just what happened with the police, they just lost a little trust. So if they just go do like 10 good things, then it'll wipe out the one bad thing. And if they stop doing bad things, then everybody will get along. And then we can just get on with our day. So
give him a hug for me.
So he's very matter of fact. They can just listen to Miss Gia and everything will be fine. And then he'll just walk out. Like he just preached the law, right? And then Royce could not care less. As long as NFL own Xbox and MLB is working, him and his friends still chatting it up. They don't care what's going on in the outside world. Kids right now, I've always said, they are in a moment where we just want to hold them there. So I'm not having any additional conversations with them about nothing, because I would love for them to be kids. They know they have parents that will protect them. They know we're never going to lie to them. If they have questions, we answer them. But when the last election was over, Roman did go to school crying. He said, forgive me, I have to share this moment. He said, I've been wanting to go to Mexico because one of his homeboys told him that he had went on vacation and there's a resort that had a bunch of water slides. So he thought we were not going to be able to go to Mexico with all these water slides because it was going to be a wall from keeping us from this resort with the water slides. And he just cried his face off. Oh. And I was like, we can go to the resort still. We have passports. We'll be all right. Other than, I'm not taking the conversation any further than that. But as Ms. Crystal was saying, 4 more years of this kind of division, they won't be 10 anymore. They'll be 14. That's a different conversation. Royce won't be 12 anymore. He'll be in high school where people already start to divide by color, unfortunately. That's a different conversation. So right now I'm kind of doing what the ladies are doing and just letting them come to us with their questions, but at the same time, allowing them to enjoy their youth and their innocence, because once it's gone, we all know that's it. So before I let you ladies go, I want to ask, what do we have to look forward to from you beauties? Because we're fans.
Yeah, I don't think we even touched on, did you tell the viewers a little bit about the show? So, they know what to tune in for.
Go watch.
Before we go any further, I have a confession to make. She would choke me if I didn't say this. So I also have a college age daughter. She's a junior in Buff State. And to piggyback, when you said that, I was like, oh wow, I forgot to mention Raven. Well, I mean, together, my husband and I, together, I got caught up in my emotions. I'm sorry. But together, my husband and I have 5 children. And
girl, I thought we were the ones that did that.
Yeah, our oldest is 26. Then we have a 23-year-old. Our daughter will be 21 in November. Then we have a 14-year-old and a 4-year-old. So as far as what you were saying, yes, I do. I think she's wise beyond her years. I see a lot of her in me. She was here. I told her, when COVID started getting crazy, I said, okay, so when you coming home? And she's like, Mom, you just don't get it. It's a vibe. We don't have school. We're hanging out in their suite.
Right.
We're hanging out and we're just having fun. So it got really crazy. And I said, okay, if you're not here by Friday, I'm coming to get you. She got here that Monday. And I kept her here, as long as I could. When school started again, they did tell her that there was a possibility that she would have to come into class. It would be the professor by his judgment. So she did go back and said, she wanted to enjoy her last year because she's a senior now. I'm sorry, she's not a junior, she's a senior now. And she wanted to enjoy her last year. So again, with prayer, stay safe. I sent her with a lot of vitamins, her mask, her gloves when necessary. I went and I cleaned the suite and I left a lot of bleach and a lot of Pine Sol. I just sent her Pine Sol the other day. And that's just pretty much how I'm dealing with it. Pine Sol, Lysol, and prayer. And bleach.
Me. Very good. Girl, he came home for spring break in March, Karen, and just left like a couple weeks ago. So they're supposed to be having a basketball season. We'll see. I'll keep you posted. Maybe we can hang out.
Please.
Good enough. So yes, tell us a little bit more about the show and what do we have to look forward to from you ladies, professionally and personally.
Yeah, so the show is amazing. You can watch it on Bravo. It's Below Deck Mediterranean. We are on episodes 9 and 10. And the show is really fun. It's the crew. Some of them never work together. So just watching them, how they're getting along on the show. And then the different guests that come on there are different requests that they have to do. It's a fun time. But nothing is scripted. This is all natural, all authentic. This is how we act. And it's incredible. So check us out. And then also follow us on Southside_POV_TV. So that way you can stay in the know of what we're doing next, what's going on, get some behind the scenes footage that we have. And also it was Karen's birthday last week. So, happy birthday, Karen.
Happy birthday, Karen.
Happy birthday, Miss Karen. What are you, 35? Yeah, I'm saying about 35, yeah. I love it. Happy birthday. Happy blessed birthday. We're still very good. So Atlanta's wide open now, yes?
Yes, wide open.
How do you feel about that?
They can do what they want to do, but the Foot family, we're inside the house.
Yeah. I was like, what? Okay.
Yeah, it's great. We were one of the first states, actually. Georgia was one of the first states to open back up.
Yeah, your governor, he's something else.
Your governor, something else. Yeah.
Yeah, we say that it's very purple because everything outside of Atlanta is red, but Atlanta is very blue. Very blue. Very, very blue. So, Keisha and Mayor Keisha and the governor, Kemp, they're, not seeing eye to eye, going at each other. But at the end of the day, we have to do what's healthy and what's smart. And I want this to be over like everybody else, but it won't be if you're out in the club, if you're going to the grocery store without mask on. It's just not going to stop. So we have to be smart about it.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Miss Karen, what's next for you?
Pretty much just going with the flow. Living day to day, hoping that this pans out. And again, like I said, recreating myself. Everything that I've aspired to do, I'm revisiting it, and just really putting my mind together and say, stop, get out of your own way. In other words, so I'm just looking to be creative. Honestly, COVID has been really sad, but as I tell my husband all the time, the person that comes up with things and ways to allow children to interact safely ways to allow, just different, allow us to overcome different challenges, that person is going to win. We live in a world where everything is so oversaturated. This is an opportunity for individuals to come up with new ideas and recreate themselves.
Yes. We have a lot of businesses and restaurants out here that are starting to, open up, having their restaurants outdoors. They've made it very al fresco and they're outdoors, and now they're able to kind of do their thing again. My thought is what we should have been doing this before, right? We really should have been this creative and start thinking out of the box to expand your business and expand your brand before that. So, I am definitely looking forward to continuing to follow you ladies and all of your success. And, if you come out to California, make sure you get a chance to hang out with me and Miss Gia, and we'll definitely do the same.
Or maybe
Likewise.
when Crystal resumes her vision parties, maybe we can come to Atlanta and attend the vision party.
You know what, Miss Gia? Because this time we're being creative, right? We're doing a virtual vision board parties now. So everyone can attend. So I'll definitely send you the link for that.
Please do. And also the link for the crystals, girl. I got to get up on that.
Yes, we're manifesting 2021. It's going to change your life, Miss Tonya.
All right. I hope so, because I'm in. So thank you, ladies, for spending time with us. We will have all of your information on our page. We support you. We love you. And we thank you for your time.
We love you. Thank you so much for this platform.
Thank you.
Right.
You guys have a good rest of your evening. Thank you for staying and hanging out with my coffee after dark.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank